Hey, this is DCP from SIA in Denver. I'm going to run you through the new line of the greats. You know, 2 years ago we started with the great dude of history, Einstein, John Lennon. Last year the great beauties of history, Marilyn Monroe, and now we wanted to top it off with the greats of snowboarding and who inspired us to do freestyle snowboarding and who actually should be remembered in the new generation of kids that are now like all they know is the contests and the X Games, and all those guys have such a big role in the sport of snowboarding. So we decided to honor a few of those guys, and for us it was a no-brainer who to pick. We have Jamie Lynn, you know, Volcom and Mervyn, you know, from the get-go. Also to represent Jamie Lynn, he had the best method, you know, and just such an inspiration for a lot of us, like the square style snowboarding. And also, you know, he represents, you know, Liptech, which was also a very big company still today, but like when we were growing up, that was like the cool brand. Then Mr. Peter Line, you know. Peter was the first guy who really threw down some corkscrew spins, you know, inverted backside radio 7s, that kind of stuff. He was a huge freestyle influence on us. Started Forum with the Forum 8, which also that was in the first beginning of the MacDog production and everything. That was a very big trend for snowboarding in general and for freestyle snowboarding. Ingemar Backman, you know, Ingemar did the biggest backside air ever on that track in Riksgränsen. That was the most static. Got 9 cover out of that or more, and also started Atlantis Snowboard with Daniel Frank and, you know, Alliance. So he's a big ambassador of the sport. He's from Sweden, and, you know, we're very proud to have to you know, give him the props that he deserves. Now we got as well Terje Håkansson from Norway. Terje doesn't need too much introduction, but you know, he was a world champion at age 16. He was been on Burton since day one, and his pioneered lines, his push tricks, he's been an influence for me growing up. He's been an influence for all of us, and now, you know, he's a friend, he's been a teammate on Burton. So he was our first choice to honor, for sure. Of course, you can talk about Terje without talking about Craig Kelly. Craig Kelly is the you know, biggest influence of even all those guys that I just described. Without Craig, you know, I don't think that none of us would have. I mean, he pioneered professional snowboarding with outside of competition. He was one of the first guy, or the first guy, to take that to the backcountry and just take photos and do film, and, you know, taking along all those guys. And then now that's what we've been doing, and the new generation, I think, needs to know who Craig Kelly is. Craig passed away 9 years ago, and that was a big thing for the snowboard industry, and every year we have a good memory. Go Ride Pal was actually just recently on the 19th or the 20th of January, and we got some pretty deep power out of that day, for sure. And then on the bigger board, we had a few options, but, you know, we figured, we went back and we're like, well, Sean Farmer, for sure. As far as like Hawking Cliff Pioneer, I think that guy's got the award. Yeah, of course, there was Damien Sanders as well. We were considering Regis Roland, but I think it came down to Sean Farmer, because like you see like critical conditions in those early day movies, like he just sends it. Huge backflip off huge cliff, and yeah, you know, remember that one song like Over the Handlebar, right, right. You know, that's, you know, is a legend. So all those guys are legends, and we're very stoked to honor them.